Please take a second, pause the video, and read this disclaimer. Today we're taking a look at patellofemoral pain syndrome and the exercises I would do to address it if I had that condition. Now, as always, only perform these exercises if you've been cleared by a medical professional. The first exercise is going to be the straight leg raise. In order to perform this, you're going to be lying on your back like you see me here. The leg that you're exercising will be out nice and straight in front of you, just like it is here. And you're going to start by activating that quad by almost trying to push the knee down into the mat beneath you, straightening your leg, and then bring up nice and straight to about 45 degrees or parallel with the other leg like you see here. No pain, no discomfort, just a sense of a good workout, a good pump, if you will, going on in that quad and the hip flexor. Now, another note, you're going to want to keep your foot nice and straight. You don't want to let the toe come out. You don't want the toe come in. You don't want the knee to buckle. You want to keep the leg nice and straight, foot nice and straight, going up, again, parallel to that other leg, and then nice and controlled back down, resting it for like that half a second, and then performing the exercise again. This is one that's really big on control. Now, the next exercise is going to be hip abduction. In order to set this one up, it's a little bit complicated. You're going to lie on your side, bending the bottom leg like you see me here, rolling that top hip forward so it's on top of that bottom hip, so they're nice and parallel. Then bring your leg slightly back and then up and off the ground nice and straight like I have here. Again, you're going to want to make sure the toes are not coming out or in. You want to make sure your leg is not sliding too far back or too far forward. It's just behind the heel of my support leg there and going straight up and in the air. Now, this is going to work a muscle called the glute med. It's going to be on the side, almost a little bit back of your hip. That's where you should feel it. If you're feeling it on the front of your hip, you're working out a muscle called the tensor fascia latae, and that's not the muscle we're wanting to work out. That's one that a lot of people substitute with. We want to go after the glute med. And so you should be feeling that right on the side of that hip. Now, the next exercise is going to be the reverse lunge. In order to perform a reverse lunge, it's going to be getting into this position right here. So you're just going to bring the leg straight back, toe touch, knee down to the ground, pushing through the glutes on the opposite side to come back to a standing position. This is going to really help with glute strengthening and a little bit of quad activation to strengthen that leg. And these are two muscles that work together, again, to help with our functional range of motion. They also help with transferring force through the knee. And when one of these gets weak, either the glutes or the quads, you're going to have issues at the knee. The knee is stuck in between the hip and the ankle, has nowhere to go. So a lot of the issues that you want to target for patellofemoral pain syndrome are actually going to be muscles in the hip because they are not working the way they're supposed to be protecting the knee. The next exercise is step downs. Again, we're going to be going after the quads here. You're going to use elevated surface, putting the stance limb on the elevated surface, slightly bending the knee, letting that heel touch on the other leg, which is nice and straight and just a little bit out in front of the other foot. Touch the ground, push through the heel, strengthen the leg, and this is just a normal step down. This is very commonly painful in a lot of people that have patellofemoral pain syndrome. If you have pain with this one, stop, talk to a medical professional. But the idea is that you want to move through the range of motion that you have that is painless. So if it's only a little bit, if it's only an inch or two, that's fine. You want to be able to move through the range of motion that you can to still be loading that tendon, because loading that tendon is what's going to be helping it heal. The next one is all about the hip and the low back. This is hip hiking. So all you're going to be doing is bringing that hip up and towards your ribs on the same side, just like you see me doing here. Again, we're going after that hip abductor muscle, the glute med, and a little bit of a muscle called the QL in the back. And both of these work together to stabilize the hip. And if you have unstable hips, it kind of makes sense that some extra force is going to get transferred down and into the knee, which is going to cause some additional discomfort, some pain, and some excessive forces going to the knee that it's not designed to handle. So by strengthening the glute med and the QLs, hopefully we can reduce some force getting down into the knee that it shouldn't be having to handle. The last exercise is side step-ups, and you're going to need an elevated surface. You're going to plant your stance leg on top, strengthen that knee, control at the hip for about 1 second, and then come back down with good control. And this is going to work the quads, this is going to work the glutes a little bit, and it's going to work glute med. So you kind of get a good all-for-one, hitting all those different muscles at the hip and a little bit into the knee with one functional movement. Again, if you have any pain or discomfort, you should stop, talk to a medical professional. But these have been the exercises that I found the most useful at helping me with my patellofemoral pain syndrome when I had it. I hope that they're helpful to you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps immensely. And share this video with those that are also having patellofemoral pain syndrome so that way we can all get fit, healthy, and back to the lifestyle that we love. Thanks for watching.